this case, I've got pedestal bases for two separate tables, a console table and a little end table, which are both going to include cast concrete bases. And these bases, I normally in the past would have made out of sheet material like this melamine, and I would have used a combination of techniques, basic woodworking skills, to make pretty complicated original forms with lots of detail. And what I couldn't build into the forms, I would grind after the fact with my angle grinder and then polish those facets. It's worked very well for me, and that's still a technique I'm going to use the majority of the time. But in these two pieces, I was trying for something different. And so what I was able to do this time, I made the part that will eventually be cast concrete. I made it out of wood. Okay, so I've recovered from the various disasters of the initial disassembly, and everything's in good shape. The idea is that I want to cast this piece in concrete, and instead of just fabricating the form and pouring concrete right into it, I made the positive out of wood, which I'm able to shape with great facility and really refine the composition, sealed it, and then cast silicone around it. Now, from the initial disassembly, there were two problems. My central core was not coming out, so I have rebuilt it in pieces that can disassemble like any good pattern should be able to do. I thought I would just be able to slip it out because the silicone does stretch so much, but it was taking just a ridiculous amount of force. So I cut my losses and started over. But this is kind of good because right now you can see how this works. Here's my form, which fits inside of the shell. I used the shell to help delineate, the outer boundaries of it, and now it will support the concrete as I fill up the form. Because concrete weighs a fair amount. This is really strong, whereas if I tried to cast this without support, it's too floppy. So this is really going to work out well. I just have to assemble my center core, and I'm good to cast.